Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I have another one of the paper squishy ideas for you. This is number 2. I did one last week, I think it was almost 2 weeks ago now, and today I'm going to be bringing you 5 new paper squishy ideas. I'm doing it this way so that I can get more ideas to you faster rather than me doing like individual uploads. I figured I would do 5 per video and then that way you can get more ideas to create. I know you loved the last one and loads of you recreated the paper squishies I did in the last one and send it to me on Instagram and everything. So if you do end up recreating any of the designs today, I'd love to see them on Instagram as well. Just upload them to your grid and tag me in it, and then I'll be able to repost you on my stories and add you to my highlights tab. So anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video and I'm just gonna get straight on into it. So as with all of my paper squishies, I take A4 white piece of paper. This is just regular print paper. I fold it in half and then draw my design on one side. So these are my new pens, which I have been mentioning in the past couple of videos that I've been you know, making paper squishies. Some people have missed that sort of kind of thing, but I will leave all of the details of the pens and stuff that I use down in the description with an affiliate link to both the US and the UK websites, as they're available in both, which is why I love these ones so much, because I know the large majority of you are in the US or the UK. So I used the colour denim blue to do all of the outlines like I did in my last video, and then I just went to town colouring in each individual bit. I made sure on the popcorn case that there were 5 kind of like scalloped bits, like sections, so that I was able to do red, white, and end on the red, so it looked nice and symmetrical. With the shadows, I ended up using a light grey pen on like the white bits and a dark red on the red bits, and I think this worked out really nicely. Kind of looks like one continuous shadow, but obviously I've coloured it in with pens, and using the grey and the dark red just gives it that extra dimension. So I painted on the eyes. I usually use a permanent marker for this, but I still cannot find one and I need to get to a shop to buy one. I just usually use them like a Sharpie. That works out perfectly. So I struggled a little bit with a bit of bleeding with the pens because they like to blend into each other. So yeah, I would recommend using a permanent marker. To make my paper squishies, obviously from a drawing into a paper squishy, what I do is I cover the whole entire thing in tape whilst the thing is still flat. I then cut it out, leaving a tab on the folded edge so that both the front and the back piece would be cut out exactly the same. That's perfect when you've got like little bits of intricate design like this, which would usually take you forever to cut out the front and back the same piece, but you can do this in one sweep if you keep that little bit kind of attached. I then tape up one side like opposite to where that tab is left, and then I cut that off and just go around and tape up the whole thing, leaving one of the edges kind of free. I try to make like the edge free, like to fill, be one of the flat ones, so I actually chose to do like the bottom part of this popcorn so that I can, you know, stuff in from that end, because if you stuff in from like this end, which I'm taping up now, it's really hard to kind of like tape it up straight and just really well if it's a funny shape. It's just easier to do it this way at the end, so then once you stuffed it you can pull it tight and then just tape over it. So that is the first paper squishy design. As you can see, I'm just taping it shut with all of the stuffing inside. You can use whatever stuffing you want to use on your paper squishies, but yeah, so we'll have 4 more designs for today. I'll just leave you with a bit of music so that you can watch those, and yeah, I haven't got much else to say apart from the fact that if you do end up making some of these, be sure to tag me on Instagram. As always, loving seeing your pictures. So yeah, I'll leave you with some music now. So this little frog was obviously inspired by the creamy candy marshmallow frog. I love that squishy so much. I actually haven't got one, but yeah, I just love the design of that. I know it was from someone originally on Instagram, which they took inspiration from or something. I don't really know what it was. There was a little bit of tea over it, but I believe that the creator got paid in the end, or there was some sort of miscommunication. I don't really know the ins and outs, but anyway, moving on. For the third design, I ended up just creating this little peach tea inspired one. I really liked the peach on my last video. If you didn't see it, I'll leave that down in the description. Just, you know, the paper squishy ideas number 1, and this is obviously number 2. But yeah, I did a little peach in that. Really like the colours, so I thought I would do it again. I was going to end up doing Arizona iced tea, but I figured the peach one would be quite fun, just because I like using that peach colour that I'm using here. See, it's just so cute. I did actually colour in the rest of the can using the actual pen coloured peach here. It's a really gorgeous colour, and yeah, I love the way that all of these colours work together. For the bottom bit where it says peach, I did use a Posca paint pen, just a layer on that white again, just because I decided to do this after I'd already coloured it in, and I think that this worked out perfectly. For the fourth design, I decided to make this little milk carton. I did mess it up a little bit on this bit here because I didn't end up bringing up that other corner. So I do have like 2 triangle bits on the side, which wasn't supposed to happen, but hey, it sort of still looks like a carton. I ended up drawing on some bananas on the front because I changed it into a banana milk. I was just going to do regular one, but I figured I think I've already done a regular milk squishy. I know I've done a milk bottle, so yeah, and I know I've obviously done that 3D strawberry one, so I thought that banana milk would be a bit of fun, so that was the fourth design. As you can see here, I'm using a metallic silver marker just to put a circle on the top, and this was to act like the straw hole for the banana milk. I thought that this would be a nice little touch, and I'm really happy that I did that. If you don't have a silver marker, I would recommend like some silver paint or something like that. You don't have to obviously do it, but I think it looks really cute. Or you can either cut out a circle or foil, stick that down with a bit of tape. That might add a really nice effect to it as well. For the fifth and final design for today's video, I decided to do an isolate just because I really wanted to use this colour, that lilac colour. Oh my goodness, it's adorable. I love that. So I ended up building up, like as you can see here, like to make shadows and stuff, and it worked out really nicely. So this is something again I may do in the future. Just look at that, add some dimension. Yeah, using the same pen, just building it up once the pen had dried, worked out really nicely. I coloured in the lollipop stick just using a brown colour, and then use a slightly darker brown to add some wood-like effect. Really like that little detail on this squishy as well. And yeah, that is the fifth and final design for today's video. Okay, so now that I've made all 5 paper squishies, this is what they've turned out like. So we have the popcorn, the ice lolly, the peach kind of can, the banana milk, and then the frog inspired by the one from Creamy Candy. I absolutely love all 5, to be honest. If I had to choose which one's my favourite, it's either got to be the can of like peach kind of tea or the ice lolly. I just love the shading on there. They've turned out really nicely. This one here, nice and chunky. The little peach. This one squishes really nicely. It's actually got pieces of fabric inside as well. Just some off-cut pieces that I had on my desk, which I thought would be fun to put in there. The ice lolly, again, nice and chunky. Works really well. I didn't stuff the lollipop stick just because it was too thin. What I love about the banana milk one though is how it has this little silver bit up here for like the straw hole. I just used a metallic marker for that and absolutely love it. I think it looks so cute. Love those little bananas. I did mess this little bit up here, like it shouldn't have the extra triangle, but I did the angles all wrong. But regardless, I don't care. I still think it looks adorable. And then obviously the one we started off with, which was this popcorn one, just again Really, really nice. This one here is just full of foam. There's no toy stuffing in this one, or pillow stuffing, or fabric, or anything like that. It's just little scraps of foam. So yeah, that's all 5 of them. So that is the end of today's video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Let me know which one of the 5 designs was your favourite. Mine out of the lot was probably the ice lolly. I don't know why. It just turned out so good. I think it was all the layers of the pen on there that just made it look so cute. It's just such a simple design, but I just really, really love it. So like I said, I hope you have enjoyed today's video, and I will see you very soon for another one. Bye!